Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Let's get to the news now, Eagles fans. I hope you're sitting down for this because the latest updates from the team are anything but good news, and they could have serious implications for the Eagles' upcoming games and their entire season. It's something that every fan of the Eagles needs to pay close attention to because it involves one of the most promising young stars on the roster, Nolan Smith. You all remember Nolan Smith, right? The first-round pick from Georgia, a guy who made a splash in his rookie season, helping the Eagles dominate on defense and playing a crucial role in their Super Bowl run last year. But unfortunately, things took a turn that no one wanted to see. On September 24, reports came out that Nolan Smith had suffered a strained triceps during a game. And I tell you, that news hit hard. You see, Nolan Smith isn't just any rookie, he's a guy with a lot of potential. A player who, in his first full season as a starter, was starting to show why he was a first-round pick. He's someone who can turn the tide of a game with his speed, his relentless effort, and his ability to get to the quarterback. And here's the thing, he's been on a trajectory that could make him one of the league's top pass rushers, especially considering how well he performed last season. Now, ESPN's Adam Schefter reported that Smith had aggravated his triceps injury after having surgery a week after the Super Bowl. That's right. This guy, who had already shown flashes of brilliance, now finds himself on the injured reserve list, meaning he's going to be out for at least 4 games. That's a massive blow for the Eagles' pass rush. They've been relying on him to step up and be that game-changing edge rusher, especially with the depth they had in that position. Losing him for this stretch is going to test their defense in ways we hadn't fully anticipated. The plan, at least according to the latest reports, is to give Nolan Smith some much-needed rest and hopefully bring him back after the Eagles' bye week. That's around November 10, when they face Green Bay on Monday night. But let's be honest, as much as the team hopes for a quick recovery, losing a player of Nolan's caliber for any stretch of time is a serious concern. It's especially impactful because of how he's been developing. He's not just a rookie anymore, he's a key piece of the Eagles' defensive puzzle. What makes Nolan Smith's injury even more frustrating is how well he's been playing. Remember, he was a guy who was considered a steal in the draft because of his explosive athleticism, quickness, and football IQ. Coming out of Georgia, he was known for his relentless motor and ability to make plays all over the field. And last season, he was instrumental in the Eagles' Super Bowl victory. He played in 16 games, starting 10, and racked up a career-high 6.5 sacks. Those numbers don't just happen by chance, they're a testament to his talent and work ethic. And in the playoffs, he was a force to be reckoned with, accumulating 16 tackles and 4.0 sacks across 4 games, including those critical moments that helped seal the Eagles' victory over Kansas City in Super Bowl LIX. You know what's even more impressive? Nolan Smith's physical profile. At just 6'2" and 238 pounds, he's a bit undersized for a typical edge rusher, but he makes up for it with his blazing speed. He ran a 4:39 second 40-yard dash at the NFL Scouting Combine, second fastest among defensive linemen in combined history. That kind of speed is rare, and it allows him to get around blockers and chase down quarterbacks like few players can. Plus, he recorded a vertical leap of 41.5 inches, one of the best ever for a player his size. That combination of speed and explosiveness makes him a nightmare for opposing offenses, and it's exactly what the Eagles need to keep their pass rush formidable. But what really sets Nolan apart isn't just his physical traits, though those are incredible, it's his mental toughness and winning mentality. At Georgia, he won 2 college football playoff national championships in 2021 and 2022. That kind of experience, that winning mindset, is invaluable. It's what makes him not just a talented player, but a potential leader on this defense for years to come. So you can see why losing him for any period is a huge blow. The Eagles were counting on his ability to elevate their pass rush, and provide that extra spark when needed. And let's not forget, the Eagles have one of the most dynamic defenses in the league this season. Their pass rush has been a key factor in their success, and Nolan Smith was starting to be that difference maker, someone who could turn the tide of a game with his burst off the edge. His ability to get to the quarterback, combined with his hustle and relentless motor, made him a nightmare for offensive lines. And I think everyone who's been watching the Eagles closely this season saw the potential for him to have a monster year, maybe even one of the best in his rookie class. Now, with this injury, the question becomes, how will the Eagles adapt? Will they be able to fill the void left by Smith's absence? They do have some other talented pass rushers, but Nolan's unique skill set, his speed, his ability to bend the edge, can't be easily replaced. It's going to be interesting to see how the coaching staff adjust their schemes, perhaps giving more opportunities to players like Brandon Graham or Josh Sweat to step up in his absence. But make no mistake, losing Nolan Smith is a setback, and it puts more pressure on the entire defense to perform at a high level. While Nolan's injury is a setback, it's also a reminder of how physically demanding and unpredictable this league is. Every game, every play, can change everything in a heartbeat. But what's clear is that the Eagles have built a roster full of talent and resilience. They've shown the ability to overcome adversity before, and I believe this team will rally around the challenge. The coaching staff will need to devise new ways to pressure the quarterback, and players will need to step up and fill those gaps. Looking ahead, the Eagles have a lot to prove, especially in the NFC East, which remains one of the most competitive divisions in football. The Cowboys, the Giants, and the Washington Commanders are all hungry and capable of causing chaos. But the Eagles have been resilient, and their core, especially players like Jalen Hurts and those who continue to step up on defense, are determined to keep this team on track. They're fighting for another Super Bowl appearance, and even with the loss of Nolan Smith, they have the talent and the mindset to push forward. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on what makes Nolan Smith such a special player. It's not just his athleticism, although that's a huge part of it. It's his mental makeup, his dedication, and his ability to perform under pressure. The Eagles saw that potential from the moment they drafted him, and that's why they invested a first-round pick in him. He's the kind of player who can change the course of a game, and that's exactly what makes his absence so felt right now. But I believe in the Eagles' system, in their depth, and in the young players who are ready to step up. In terms of season expectations, this injury might slow down the Eagles' immediate plans, but it doesn't define their whole campaign. They still have one of the strongest rosters in the league, and with a coach like Nick Sirianni leading the charge, they're always capable of adjusting their game plan and coming out on top. The defense will need to find new ways to apply pressure, and the coaching staff will need to get creative in how they deploy their pass rushers. It's a challenge, no doubt, but adversity often brings out the best in teams. And let's not forget the importance of the NFL schedule. The Eagles have games against some tough opponents coming up, and every single one of those contests will test their resilience and depth. The bye week will be crucial for Nolan Smith's recovery, and hopefully, he'll be able to return to the field later this season, making an impact when it matters most. But in the meantime, it's all about the next man up. The Eagles have a roster full of talented players who are hungry to prove themselves and continue the team's winning tradition. So, Eagles fans, as we look at this situation, it's a reminder of how unpredictable and tough this league can be. But it's also a testament to the resilience and the belief that this team has. They've shown they can overcome setbacks before, and I truly believe they'll do it again. The road to another Super Bowl isn't easy, and injuries are part of the game, but it's how you respond that defines you. The Eagles have the talent, the coaching, and the spirit to come through this challenge. Remember, Nolan Smith's future is still bright. This injury is just a bump in the road, and with his work ethic and talent, he'll be back on the field before long, helping the Eagles chase that next Super Bowl victory. For now, it's about rallying together, trusting the process, and watching how this team responds to adversity. The Eagles have always been about resilience, grit, and winning, and I have no doubt they'll come out stronger. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. Thanks for being here, and as always, fly Eagles fly.